Hi, welcome back to another cloud watercolor painting that I have done. This is episode 10, and I woke up this morning, 6:45, looked out the window, and I was like, oh my goodness. So I immediately was like grabbing things and turning on my camera and like getting my second camera and just like hurriedly like trying to do stuff so that I could finish in time to go to work. And so in total, I think this painting took me, I think it was like 13 minutes and 30 seconds to be exact. But yeah, so like I said, these are very quick and easy, and I really feel like I'm improving. I'm not super happy with the way this one turned out. I think that the shadows of it kind of ended up to be too dark. Like I need to use more water or like less black or something. I don't know. But I have been starting to use black to really make those shadows darker. And I do like the contrast that it brings between the dark and the light. But I think I could have watered it down a little bit because the clouds were not that dark this morning. They were more of like a lightish blue gray, and it kind of ended up being a little bit mid-tone dark blue gray purple thing. I think that having my watercolors in a palette the way that I do makes it hard to mix colors the way that you would if you had like a tube or even inks. And so I'm kind of just working with what I have, and I kind of pre-mix the colors before I put them on the thing, but then it dries up and then I need more. This just working with the palette that I have, I think I'm doing it all right. I'm not an expert and I can't justify buying super expensive watercolors quite yet, or even a different palette because this one works for my purposes. The past few nights have been a little bit lacking in their clouds, or too many clouds, and it's raining. So I haven't really been able to even go outside most nights. But, we're working with what we have, and I think any opportunity to do it is better. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go outside and do some more studies, because in the last episode I did a study, and even though it was from a picture, I think really taking the time and looking at the forms of the clouds is going to help me in the long run, because then you get a better understanding of like what you're doing and you get to practice techniques. And though that study did take me I think about 30 minutes, I think that doing more things like that, not necessarily from pictures, but even just going outside during the daytime and just kind of working on getting the forms of the clouds, I think that is just a good practice. Any practice is good practice. But I will speak a little bit about the painting that I'm working on now. The problem that I'm mostly having is that when I add in like the lighter yellows and oranges next to the purples, it kind of ends up a little bit muddy. And I think that once again comes back to me being patient and adding things kind of in layers. So I'm still working on that. I tried to work on my composition too, which I think I really like the composition of this because it has like the nice dark clouds on the bottom right side, and then it has like the light wispy one kind of on the bottom too, and then it leaves the rest of it open, and I really like the composition of that. Again, the clouds this morning were changing so fast that as soon as I started painting, it had already changed. Normally when you're doing realistic stuff, like when I was even doing in the last episode when I was painting from a picture, it was less of let me capture what these clouds feel like and more of like let me get the details down. Whereas when I do it from life, when I look up every time it's slightly different, so I can't even really be super picky about what I'm putting down. It's kind of like I'm just trying to convey the gist of what I'm seeing, if that makes sense. So yeah, I think that I did a fairly good job of like conveying the feeling that the clouds gave me, if that makes like the atmosphere that was the sky when I looked at it right at the beginning of this painting. It obviously changed and the sun was rising, so it got lighter and the clouds moved and evaporation, science, all that stuff. So the clouds were obviously very different from at the end from the beginning, but I think that even though the final piece is not my best work, it's not super amazing, and it's not as rendered or as detailed as the study I did last episode, I think that it still was way better at capturing the mood and the clouds. Every time I go and start a new painting, I like flip through all the other ones, and I can see I'm actually getting better, and I think that I think it's really great that the consistency of this it's really pushed me to learn new things and do new things. And it's kind of it's inspiring me. I'm like, wow, what are the, what's the limit? The sky is the limit. No pun intended. I don't even know if that's a pun, but so I'm excited. I think we're going to be able to finish this journal this month, and that's just going to be so exciting. It's just going to be like a little scrapbook of my life, of me learning a new skill or a new thing, a new medium. This is my painting for today. I hope you enjoyed it. I really like waking up and seeing the sunrise, and it's just a great way to start your day. And I hope you like this series. This is episode 10. I'm going to aim for about 20 of them, so we're halfway there, and I'm really excited to see how I do in the second half. So if you want to see more, make sure you subscribe to this channel and like this video. I love reading comments, so comment if you are feeling commenty, chatty. I will respond to you, and you will see me or my hands in the next video. So have a great day. Okay, bye.